Back to the Future.
Or the past, the distant past.
The distant past, wherein dragon-armored lizards...
This is such a worthless level right here. Look at this. It's just things come up out of the ground that you can't do anything about and try to kill you. It's just like,
tell me it goes on for like the entire 15 minutes of this video.
I wish. And then there's like
found a
green. Did I actually get it, or did I just like... I don't know.
Maybe I'm just gonna call it a baseball.
Yeah, it's a green baseball. It's really strange.
I mean, I guess we gotta give points to evolution if all of the worms in modern times don't vomit anymore constantly.
It's like vomiting sand. I don't get it.
Well, that's what they haven't learned not to eat sand yet.
Oh, I guess. Then there's this.
It's our time now.
Jerk.
Well, now they're dancing worms. See, that's the second stage of evolution. It goes vomiting sand and then dancing.
I see. Well, the dancing worms at least don't hurt us anymore.
And then after that, it's praying for rain.
I hate to say this, but about half the video I think is me grinding at this level.
Well, I mean, that seems like it's also 90% of the game, so...
It is. It totally is. I mean, it's funny thinking about it back in, now, but, like, I remember the advertisements for Final Fantasy 2/4/ whatever you want to call it, and one of the advertisements for it was, the game is balanced so that you don't need to grind. And it's like, that's awesome.
Was that true?
Yes, that's true. I remember those ads.
No, not the existence of the ads. I mean, was that actually true in the game?
Yes. And that's why Final Fantasy 2/4 was a much better game than this.
I'm surprised I never got around to finishing it. The only Final Fantasies I've ever finished are the very first one and 7. And I feel cheated after going back and trying to play 7 again.
7 was okay, but I think it gets a lot of...
Age well. I mean, at the time,
the graphics didn't age well, but like, it got a lot of attention because it was like the first Final Fantasy that a new generation picked up on, and I don't know. I think that's why
they also advertised the bejesus out of it.
Well, that's also true, yes.
That was one of the big issues leading to the supremacy of PlayStation and Sony over Nintendo. So,
advertising?
Well, no. I mean, there was supposed to be this big Final Fantasy thing for the Nintendo 64, and the whole deal fell apart, and Sony had a much better proposition for SquareSoft, and I guess it was something to do with.
I mean, Sony just did a better job advertising in general.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, they poured. They went to SquareSoft and told them that they could have their entire marketing department for the Walkman. Back when the Walkman was like the most successful advertising campaign for listening to music of all time. They had this huge advertising department. They said, "We will put this at your disposal, and you can advertise your game using our PR department."
I mean, it wasn't just Square though. I mean, I remember the ads for Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, but that was the biggest one at the time though, because Sony was they were all about getting the third parties on board with them. And, they did a pretty good job of it. I mean, even to this day, it seems like they still do a much better job than most companies.
Do I die here? Oh, I almost died here. Those things just combo you with the tail over and over again, and it does like ridiculous damage. And then the meat floats up.
They have a desperation bar that you can't see, so they got like special attacks.
No, I think I cut out. I think I cut out part of the video where I died to one of these stupid things.
Now, why would you do that? You're ruining the experience for people who want to know how much you're suffering.
These videos. The purpose of the videos is not to make
I'm
other
kidding.
people
It would
suffer.
suck so bad.
I mean, we can keep grinding for another hour, but watching me die over and over again is not particularly fun.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Higurashi.
Well, that's not watching you die over and over again. That's watching other people die over and over again. So you might be noticing that I have well over 3,000 EVO points at this point. So what I'm trying to do is buy the big double horn, which is 5,000. Because I think that's just well. Well, I learned this time that indeed it doesn't go well again.
Yeah, how long does that one last?
3 hits. And it costs 5,000 EVO points.
I think I understand where the evolution part of this game really comes in. You're supposed to learn through trial and error.
But in order to learn through trial and error with the point levels that you get in this game, you need to grind for decades, it feels like.
Just like real evolution.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like you reach a certain point and then you finally figure out, oh, don't play this game. And that is survival of the fittest.
Well, the problem that I had was that I was spending a couple of months down in Texas at my dad's house, and this was all I had to play. This and Breath of Fire.
No, I totally get that. I mean, the mundane games that we played as kids, a lot of them I couldn't go back to. But
well, Breath of Fire was pretty decent. This is not. Like, I'm playing this, and the amount of grinding is painful. The gameplay itself is a little irritating because of all of the difficulty with the controls. But the grinding mostly is the problem, and also the ridiculous boss fights.
This is one of those games that expressly demonstrates the difference between being an adult and being a child.
I guess.
So, when you're a child, it's like, oh, this is something to do, and when you're an adult, you're like, all right, I gotta go grocery shopping now. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. There's a certain amount of that. I mean, I just finished XCOM 2 earlier this week, and that was... I don't know. That game was amazingly good, though.
I don't understand how all these other creatures are evolving. It seems like you're the only one that's, earning experience points.
Yeah, I know.
They occasionally kill you. You must be worth a lot of experience.
I mean, I'm probably worth everything that I've accumulated up to this point. Except for the stuff that I lost on useless horns. Okay, so here it comes. It's like, alright, I can get the dual horn. It costs everything that I have, but I get two horns. And then 1, 2... and I leave. Now let's see. It doesn't give me any hit points, though, or any defensive bonuses or anything. It's just a waste. And then we got that guy. And then we got these guys. I don't know what they're doing.
It looks like it's lasting longer than 3 hits.
I haven't been using it in this level yet. I've so far used it twice. No, that's just my bite. If you see something that does 20 damage, then that's the horn. So here's my first attempt at the queen bee. Here's this jerk again.
Hey dude, what's up?
So...
that seems reasonable.
I mean, law of the fittest, or whatever you want to call it. It's not that bad. But the boss is kind of ridiculous. Like, look at the damage that did. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't have any points. I can do that. Okay. I can get my hit points back by doing that. And I can do that one more time.
It's like invading the beaches of Normandy.
Only with more casualties. And then, yeah. See, you have to use the... That's it. So that was my first death. After this, I played the game for an additional 15 minutes until I finally beat the boss. There's a cut here. And this is the final fight.
Well, to be fair, on the...
You'll notice the horns are gone.
You have 1 evil point. Does that help?
Yes, I do. No, it does not.
It looks like you're rage fighting it now.
I totally was at that point. I tried it like... I mean, I had already tried fighting that boss like probably 7 or 8 times. Like this was way longer than it should have been. But I finally figured out its patterns and such. And kind of got my timing and aim down right so that I mostly hit it.
It's 3 shots and a dive.
It's a little more complicated than that, because the 3 shots, the dive attack doesn't necessarily come as far as you. And that can screw up your timing.
I see.
Yeah. And if you get too close, the arena's pretty small. So if you get too close to the edge, then you have to jump to escape the last stinger spike, and then you are in pretty deep trouble. Because the jump takes... You can't, like, small jump, you have to big jump, so...
You know, I don't want to, point out the flaws of evolution or anything, but you have wings.
They're not usable. Okay, then this is great, right? It gives me 4 of these things. They're worth 500 points a pop.
Those Mario coins.
It's like, holy crap, alright, I've totally got it, right? And then this happens.
The Space Odyssey happens.
Here is your new body. It is a reptile. You lose everything.
Wow. That looks like evolution, alright.
That game is a jerk.
Higher evolved life form. Ah, your new evolution is kind of gumpy. A sinister plot unfolds.
Yeah, totally. But now I get to be a dinosaur. Not a very good dinosaur, but still a dinosaur.
Is one of the evolutions a longer neck? Can you, like, stretch out the neck of this thing? And
I don't know. It might be. And again, this one is 135 million years long, so no time limit on this one.